Part 3 of the Constitution is rightly described as the Magna Carta of India. Now, what is Magna Carta? It is the first written document which is related to fundamental rights. It was made in England in 1215. Hello friends, my name is Gitanjali and today we are going to discuss about fundamental rights of the Constitution. That is part 3 of the Constitution. Let's get started. In US, these rights are known as Bill of Rights. Commonly, these rights are known as basic rights. And in India, we all know that these are fundamental rights. So, Part 3, Article 12 to 35 deals with fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are very much important. Main objective is to secure political freedom of people through Constitution. And it is important to note that social and economic freedom are secured by DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policies. Now, why these rights are fundamental? These fundamental rights are fundamental because these rights are guaranteed and protected by the Constitution, which is the fundamental law of the land. Next is, it is essential for the all-round development of the individual, that is materially, intellectually, morally and spiritually. The next point is that no individual can survive with dignified manner without these fundamental rights. Originally, there were 7 fundamental rights. Those were right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, right to property and right to constitutional remedies. But by 44th Amendment Act 1978, right to property has been deleted and it has been added as a legal right under Article 300A Part 12 of the Constitution. So now there are 6 fundamental rights. Now let's discuss about Article 13. If any law is inconsistent with the fundamental rights, then that law can be declared as null and void. And this power has been conferred on Supreme Court and High Court under Article 32 and 226. That is, Article 13 exercises the power of judicial review. Now let's discuss about 2 important doctrines. That is Doctrine of Eclipse and Doctrine of Severability. Suppose this is Sun and this is Moon. If the Earth comes in between the Sun and the Moon, what happens? The Earth stops the Sun rays to reach the Moon. Then what we call that it is lunar eclipse. But when the Earth takes its own path, then what we call that the eclipse is over. So, according to this doctrine, that is Doctrine of Eclipse, if a law is inconsistent with the fundamental rights, then that law is overshadowed, but it is not ended. But after its amendment, then that law becomes active. So that's what the Doctrine of Eclipse says. Now, severability. Severability means to separate. If any law is inconsistent with the fundamental rights, then it can be separated. That means if any provision is problematic, then that provision can be separated from the valid provision. And in relation to this, let's discuss one case. In Kihota, Hollahan versus Zachitu, Part 7 of Section 10, 10th Schedule was separated. And Section 10, 10th Schedule stand independent of Para 7, workable and complete. Now, what was there in Para 7? Para 7 provided that The speaker's decision regarding the disqualification shall be final and no court could examine its validity. যদি ফ্ৰেণ্ডছ মোৰ ভিডিঅ'টো চাই ভাল পালে তেনেহ'লে লাইক কমেণ্ট ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰিব নাপাহৰিব। থেংক ইউ।